What's up, you guys? I hope you all are doing well. Happy Tuesday. Yes, I am still doing Talk Tuesdays. I have not uploaded one in the past 2 weeks, but I have a lot in store for this one, so stay tuned. So I was choosing between two topics, either budgeting as a college student or self-confidence, and self-confidence was the one that most of y'all wanted to see, so I'll be covering that this week. So have you ever saw someone walk into a room and they just encapped you with their whole vibe, their energy, and you may not even know them, but you automatically assume that they have their stuff together because you just sense their confidence. I'm telling you, that is something that you can achieve as well. It is not exclusive to a specific type of person. So I'm going to give you 5 crucial tips to help you boost your self-confidence starting today. The first step to being confident in yourself is knowing yourself. You have to be so secure in who you are, your image, what you want to portray to the world, and making it authentically you. You will be surprised at the amount of people who do not have a very secure sense of self. They will mirror other people that they see. Oh, what is that person doing? Let me do it too. They will take someone else's actions and beliefs and make it their own because they don't have their own. And that is very different from mirroring one person at one specific moment, and that honestly means that you like them. But if you truly don't know yourself, you will try to find yourself in others. And that is so easy to do because as human beings, we are naturally dependent and we depend on each other. But what sets a confident person apart is their ability to be secure in who they are. Number 2. The second step to achieving full self-confidence is not really caring about what other people think or say about you. And I am not saying that this is anyway easy, because it is a journey, it takes time, and it takes a lot of experience, like life experience. One great example that could either boost or completely diminish your self-confidence is bullying in all its forms. It can either make you question your self-worth, question who you are as a person, or make you want to strive for greatness and better things. One person will hold on to that experience and it will haunt them. And then the next person will use it as a way to uplift and empower others, and as a result, continually empower and uplift themselves. For example, have you ever watched a very emotional TED Talk and the speaker is going over their life story, and they might have had a ton of obstacles or just that one heartbreak? And now they own these top companies and they are mentoring others to find the greatness within themselves. And the people who, hurt them in the past or bullied them, they're nowhere to be found. I remember when I was a little girl having this big, beautiful, curly hair. And, for a time I was not happy with it because everyone that I was around had like bone straight hair. And it definitely took me some time to really just feel confident in my curls and really embrace it. Even though I change my hairstyle ever so often, I always appreciate my natural hair. Don't let others' opinion of you shape the way you see yourself. People will talk, and the ones who are not secure within themselves will try to knock you off your throne. Don't let it affect you. If someone is giving you constructive criticism, if you are confident, you should be able to take it. But other than that, if someone is really trying to just bring you down and commenting about maybe your body or your hair, you have to be secure within yourself to know what is true and what is false, and then act accordingly. There are so many stunning people in the world who will feel less beautiful because of what the next person has to say. And even though your appearance can boost your confidence, don't assume that someone who just looks good is truly confident. True confidence comes from the inside out, not the outside in. And that goes right into tip number 3. You want to know your strengths, lead with your strengths, and also know your weaknesses. It is important to know your weaknesses so that way you can improve upon them. If you don't notice it yourself, then someone else will. And if they point it out, then, try to fix it. We can't be perfect at everything. Your strength might be someone else's weakness. But aside from honing in on what you're good at, you need to take that weakness and be like, okay, I know I have this, but it's not going to hold me back. You need to understand that whatever you are not good at, it does not mean that you cannot succeed. You may not be the best, but you still want to ask questions, get advice. Someone whose confidence is high will want to tackle whatever weakness they have and try to improve and get better. And they might not be perfect, but that very ambition to try, that growth mindset is a confident mindset. A confident person is not afraid to make mistakes. Someone who is afraid to expose or make mistakes are not going to ever improve. But it's also important to know your strengths, hone in on them, and use it as a way to help elevate yourself and others. Another great way to build your confidence is to use positive affirmations. You want to wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to ace that exam. If you start your day with positivity, your day will be positive. It's all about your mindset. So if you look in the mirror and say, oh, I gained a few pounds, I look fat, I don't look good, my makeup is not the best, because you're inflicting that negativity on yourself, others will see you the way you see yourself. If you know you look good, people will see you the way you see yourself. And people will see you as someone who looks good. I always say that confidence is a mental state. It's a state of being. It is not something you can put on. You could be immensely attractive in a messy bun and some sweatpants, as long as you are confident in yourself. The same way people can point out someone who is confident in themselves, someone can point out a person who is not confident. Someone who is not confident, you can easily point that out by the way they present themselves and the way they talk and the way they walk. It is so obvious. But the secret to being a truly confident person, it's realizing that confidence has nothing to do with how you look, but everything to do with how you think. So if you think highly of yourself and you respect yourself, others will think highly of you and respect you. But if you are constantly complaining about your appearance or something that you cannot change, that is out of your control, then how do you expect people to see you as attractive if you don't see yourself that way? And lastly is number 5. Hi everyone, I hope you all had an amazing weekend so far. You guys asked for some tea, so I got it. So this video in particular is for anyone in middle school, high school, or even if you're a freshman in college. Naturally, you are going to encounter some hardships, whether it be through school, through work, even in church. And one that I would say pretty much affects all young people is peer pressure. This pretty much happens to everyone at least once in their life. This feeling that you're not accepted for who you are. The biggest advice I would give to any young person in school that is so universal is to not do anything that you're not comfortable with, you know? If everyone's doing one thing and you know for sure that it does not align with your morals and your values, don't just do it to fit in. And I know that it's easier said than done, but it's so much better than making it blatantly obvious that you're not comfortable. If everyone around you is doing something that you know is not you, then stay true to you. Let your light shine, whatever that may be. Because let me tell you one thing, birds of a feather flock together. So say you are at an event and you're not being true to yourself, you are attracting people who should not be in your circle anyway. And by doing that, you're missing out on meeting the people who are just like you, who you could be meeting, but instead you are hanging around the wrong crowd. And not only that, and I'm pretty sure I said this before, but it's obvious if you're not being yourself. Don't be afraid to take the road less traveled, even if you're the minority. And honestly, if someone does not like you for you, then they do not need to be in your circle. Keep people around you who enjoy your company for real, who love you for you, and who you can actually relate to. One really important thing that should get more recognition is this idea of perception. So if you're around a certain person or groups of people and you're doing something you know you're not supposed to be doing, or maybe you're being pressured into doing something you know does not align with your values, regardless of your true values and your true morals, people will see you for what they see. Makes sense, right? And then you'll be remembered for something that is out of character and that is not true to who you are. But it's so much better to take the road less traveled if you have to. Another thing, and I know this happens to a lot of people, oftentimes we could be inflicted with comments like, "You're not black enough." When being black is so multidimensional, there is not one standard. So if you don't talk a certain way, dress a certain way, you don't fit into the crowd. Why does that have to be that way? I'm surprised it's 2019 and it still occurs. Be around people who like you for who you are, not people who do not accept you. If you're constantly around a group of people and you're in situations where you're not comfortable, then you're in the wrong circle. If everyone is going left and you know you should go right, go right. Simply put. And that's all for this week. If you have any other ideas, drop it right over there. Also, be sure to keep up with themaincut.com for exclusive culture, beauty, and lifestyle news. Remember, stay smart, stay classy, and most importantly, stay you. That is all for today. God bless. Hey guys, happy Tuesday, and without further ado, here is another Talk Tuesday. So this week, I really wanted to go over a topic that affects so many young people. Literally, if you do not know your self-worth, you will sell yourself short. You will very easily give yourself up to the highest bidder. And if you do not know how much you are worth, you will easily allow everyone to step all over you, to treat you anyway, to talk to you anyway. And one thing about Talk Tuesdays is that I emphasize being your best self. How are you going to level up in this season? And if you do not know your self-worth, It is absolutely impossible to be your best self. A great example of this is luxury versus fast fashion. Fenty, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Balenciaga, Gucci, they never go on sale, ever. They know they're luxury. They know that people desire them, but they're not available for everyone. This is a very hard pill to swallow for some people. But it's true if you look at it this way. If you take fast fashion brands, they look like they could be luxury, but they're not. They are super affordable, so anyone could wear them, anyone could have them. But obviously, Chanel is more desired than H&M because it is worth more. But here's the thing, our self-worth, it is not in how we look, it is not in the clothes we wear, it is not even in what job we have, what school we go to, what makeup brands we invest in. One of my favorite verses, so beneath everything that is on the outside is who you are, and it's your worth. You are made in the image of an all-powerful, omnipresent, eternal God. And it's sad because a lot of people just don't know that. They do not know how much they are really genuinely worth. Your self-worth is not a clothing item that you could wear. Soak that in. And the thing is, everyone has pretty much the same value of worth, but not everyone realizes it. I also have another analogy. So think of a car. Say if someone has a beautiful car and it's spotless, there's no wrappers and papers and mess and ugh. If somebody wants to come into your car with a greasy Big Mac, right? They will think twice before bringing that mess anywhere near you because you keep your space so clean. But if your car is already messy and it has papers and wrappers and mess, they're not gonna think about it that much. So whoever is near you will be a little bit more comfortable to leave a wrapper in your car and add to the mess that's already there. If you do not know your self-worth, you are literally giving people permission to mistreat you. Rather, if you walk into a room and you command that space and you know for a fact how much you are worth, nobody can put any mess near you, and no one can disrespect you, talk to you anyway, hurt you. Whether you look good or you do not think you look good, you are valuable, and you have to know that. If you do not know this, you will literally give yourself up to anybody. Literally, you do not want to be like this. Aw, you like me? Yay, somebody likes me. That literally sounds like someone who just wants to be accepted and who will literally fall into anyone's arms just for the sake of feeling that validation. And a lot of times, not knowing your self-worth is based on fear. That fear of rejection. So you will literally go anywhere with anyone. So remember the analogy that I mentioned earlier. You are valuable. You are not available to just anyone. You are exclusive. And I love the saying, be as picky with your men as you are with your selfies. Okay? You have to be able to set high standards for yourself. And the thing is, a lot of people are not going to meet those standards. And that's okay. If you know your self-worth within yourself, you are not going to just be with anyone. And that's great because it will literally cut off all the rubbish in your life that do not need to be there in the first place. Once you know your self-worth, you will also set boundaries. Basically, that means there are certain things that you will tolerate and certain things that you will not tolerate. Once you set boundaries, it makes you more respected. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is what you're going to have to wait for. And if you cannot accept that, then you could go. And I know some people might watch this and be like, wow, Claudian's like mad arrogant. But I think two of the key points to being a high quality, respected individual is having boundaries and knowing your self-worth. It's level up season. So don't allow yourself to be hurt by the same type of people. So say if you want to get an estimate on a car. You got it for $50,000 and it has a little bit of wear and tear, but not a lot. And the dealer comes in and says, oh, wait, I see a little mark on the steering wheel. I see a little thing right there. And the dealer is breaking down the car's value bit by bit. And so the dealer says, okay, you can get 19 grand from this car. But in reality, that car is actually worth 45. But because you do not know your value, you are so willing to sell that car for cheap. And the dealer is literally laughing because you have no idea that your car is actually worth so much more than what you sold it for. And that is what happens when you have no clue what you're worth. You will sell yourself short. You will allow people to take advantage of you so easily without any repercussions. When you know your self-worth, you will exude confidence and no one can mess with you. And that's beautiful and attractive and a part of leveling up. Ladies, don't be desperate for attention. Hold yourself high. Have standards. And you might think that there is no one for you, but there is someone in store for you who actually upholds your values and your standards. Know your worth, then add tax. You need to be like, I'm not desperate for anyone's love, anyone's attention. You do not accept me, I don't care. So the moral of the story is don't be on sale because you are worth so much more than that. You accept the things you think you deserve. You deserve greatness. Do not settle for anything less. And that is all for this week. If you have any other ideas, comments, suggestions, just drop it below. Remember, stay smart, stay classy, and most importantly, you know the drill, stay you. Thank you for watching this episode of Talk Tuesday, and I will see you next. Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? Something has been tugging me to do this. Something that's really great about social media is that it gives us the platform to speak about issues that we're passionate about and to really use our voice, right? Whenever you feel like you're stagnant or you're not exactly where you're supposed to be and that you should be doing more, and I know somebody has to hear this, just know that God, the universe, whatever you believe in, has something in store for you. And remember, it's a two-way street. So you have to put the work in and let the universe do its job. Like, come on, it's 2019, it's a new year. Get yourself together, get that job, make that business, you know? When I started the main cut, it was an idea I had for a long time, and I was like, this is my time to do it. I'm not gonna wait on it. I'm not going to sit on it. So if there's something you want to do, then don't wait. Make that move. And to be honest, sometimes we're stagnant because we allow ourselves to feel stagnant, when really it just takes that one bit of effort. And just know that you're great, you're popping, you're beautiful, you're successful, you're educated. So get the bag. And, don't wait. And the more work that you put in, the better person you are. The more you give to the world, the more the world will give back to you. That's how it works. And that's all for today's pep talk. If you have any other ideas, drop it below. I'd be happy to talk a little bit more. Stay smart, stay classy, and most importantly, stay you. That is all for today. God bless.